Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of our first week of school. It is still interesting to be back, and especially to be back this way. I am learning new things every day and figuring out more and more how I want our science class to look. So, thanks for bearing with me. Today, we are learning once again 3 new safety rules. Our first rule today is don't touch supplies until you are told what to do. Okay, think about why that would be important. Okay, a lot of times in experiments we do or in an activity we may be doing together, there are going to be materials or supplies out on your tables or at different stations throughout the classroom. If you don't know what a supply is or what it's going to be used for, it doesn't make sense to touch it. Also, oftentimes I have supplies set out for specific things, and I happen to have the exact number of supplies that we need. I try to have extras around, but I don't always because of the school supply budget or because of what we happen to have on hand and things like that. It also takes a lot of time and setup for each different grade level to pull materials together for all of the experiments. So sometimes I have just enough materials ready for the experiment for the groups with the 1 or 2 extras. But if 5 people happen to use materials incorrectly, then we're in trouble and we have to start doubling up on groups, and that doesn't always work out the best. Okay, so if you don't know what to do with a supply yet, it's your job to leave it alone until you know what's supposed to be happening so that we make sure we have the correct supplies necessary, but also so that you use the supply correctly, okay, so that we don't waste it. Our second rule, use supplies carefully, try not to waste them. Again, kind of piggybacking off of the last safety rule, we don't want to use too much of something. We don't want to use a pile of glue when a little strip will have done the job. We don't want to use 4 pipe cleaners when we only needed 2. Things like that, okay? We also don't want to break something. I did an experiment with aluminum foil last year, and students just kind of took it and did what they wanted with it instead of following the directions. That meant then that some students couldn't complete the activity that day because I didn't happen to have extra aluminum foil on hand. I had exactly as many sheets. It was something we had to measure out. I had exactly as many sheets as necessary per each group, and we ended up running out of aluminum foil, and so some groups had to watch or take turns participating with another group, and that's not fair to your group mates if you happen to take that learning opportunity away from everyone else in your team. Okay, so it's your job to make sure that you are respecting the area and using materials correctly. Third rule for today, you have a duty in your group, do your job. Lots of experiments that we do will have multiple parts. There could be someone collecting the information. There could be someone keeping time. There could be someone writing stuff down. There could be someone conducting the actual experiment or gathering materials. Okay, that's 5 or so different jobs. If each of you is responsible for one of those parts, you need to make sure that you are doing your job so that your job doesn't fall on someone else's shoulders. Okay, it's not fair to make someone else do something that is your job to do. All right, I hope that makes sense to you. For today, here's what I'd like. I would like you to try to draw an experiment. Okay, it could be anything. You can draw a group of people conducting an experiment. And see if you can come up with 3 different jobs for that experiment. I'm giving you some leeway. You get to decide what you're doing for that experiment. Let's see if you can come up with 3 different jobs. And if that task is too difficult for you or something you're not quite feeling up to doing, you can go ahead and draw or create a video of examples of you following the rules for each 3 of those safety rules, okay? And telling me again why following those 3 safety rules is important for you and us in the rest of our class in the science lab. Okay, once again, please reach out if you have any questions. I am here for you. Otherwise, go ahead and get to work. That's our video for today, and I wish you all the best. See you tomorrow.